Everyone. So today our topic is green chemistry and its role for sustainability. I am Shipra Banerjee, Assistant Professor of Brainwave University, presenting the topic. So, what is green chemistry? Next, first of all, we should know the learning objectives. To conceptualize the sustainability and ESD, economical sustainable development. To understand how to apply this concept in our research fields of interest, aiming to save our planet. Now to think prospectively about how to change our educational subjects to be use sustainable learning tools, investigating examples of green chemistry application and relevant to students. So to understand the important role of green chemistry and how to deal with it in our practical life. Next, we will be, it's a very vast topic, but I have to try to cover it in one lecture and I will give the links for more details of each subtopic. Now, performance objective. To understand the importance of green chemistry for sustainability, to design, interpret greener route to the traditional chemical reaction, to learn how to teach green chemistry as a lab course. Now, first of all, we should know sustainability. So, meeting the needs of the present generation without compromising the needs of future generation is a goal. So, green chemistry technologies of the invention, design and application of chemical product and process to reduce or eliminate the use and generation of hazardous substances and where possible utilize renewable raw material. That means primarily pollution prevention but not remediation. So, use of chemistry for improved environmental performances. Next, now as human beings, we are part of the environment. The way in which we interact with our environmental influences the quality of our life. So, a green chemistry tool will be designing like this: industrial ecology and next sustainable development, the goal. So, green chemistry lies at the heart of industrial ecology. So, green chemistry, also called benign chemistry or clean chemistry for sustainability, refer to the field of chemistry dealing with one synthesis, the path to making chemicals, to processing, the actual making of chemicals, use of chemicals that reduce risks to human impact on the environment. So, green chemistry education are key to sustain the development of new educational materials. So, green chemistry is about reducing the waste, the materials, the hazard, the risk, the energy and the cost. Now, principles of green chemistry. So, design safer chemicals and product, design less hazardous chemical synthesis, use renewable feedstock, use catalysis not stoichiometric reagents, avoid chemical derivative, maximize atom economy, use safer solvents and reaction condition, use chemicals and products to degrade after use. Next, minimize the potential for accidents, originally published by Paul Anstos and John Werner in Green Chemistry, Theory and Practices. Next, we will go for, now how can we deal with the green chemistry at our practical life? Just we need to change our mindset and applying the concept in classroom, laboratory, manufacture. And finally, the surrounding environment. If the chemical reaction of the type A plus B equals to PWW, that means the product and W waste. So, example like this, disinfection of water by chlorination. So, chlorine oxidizes the pathogens and thereby killing them, but at the same time forms harmful chlorinated compounds. So, I remedy to use another oxidant such as O3, that is the ozone, or supercritical water oxidation. Next, we will be going for another example. That is the production of allyl alcohol, that is the CH2CH, CH2H. So, traditional route like this, alkaline hydrolysis of allyl chloride, which generates the product and hydrochloric acid as a byproduct. See the reaction, as allyl chloride is reacting with the hydrolysis and going the product. So, greener route will be to avoid chlorine, two-step using propylene and acetic acid and oxygen. See the reaction where propylene is used, acetic acid and oxygen is used, and first of all there will be a complex product, and finally we will be producing alcohol and acetic acid. So added benefit here, the acetic acid produced in the second reaction can be recovered and used again for the first reaction, leaving no unwanted byproduct. Next. Now, example 3, production of styrene, benzene ring with CH2 tail. Traditionally, two-step method starting with the benzene, which is carcinogenic, and ethylene to form ethyl benzene, followed by dehydrogenation to obtain styrene. See the reaction. Catalyst. Now, that is the two-step starting reaction, benzene, which is carcinogenic, and ethylene reacts with to produce the first ethyl benzene, and followed by dehydrogenation is going on with the catalyst, and it will obtain the styrene. So greener route to avoid benzene, start with xylene, that is the cheapest source of aromatic and environmentally safer with benzene. Next. So another option still under development is to start with the toluene benzene ring with CH3 tail. Now green chemistry education. Chemistry education students need to be encouraged to consider the principle of green chemistry when designing process and choosing reagents. Interactive teaching units have been developed especially to introduce undergraduate students to green chemistry. There are numerous scholarship and grants available for research and young scholars who are furthering the goals of green chemistry. So conclusion, green chemistry, prevention pollution, sustaining the earth, and now we will use the method for the green chemistry. Okay, so that is all for you.